Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Chassidus in the Morning, 15 minutes to change our lives. Gimel, switching it up a little bit. Pashas Tetzaveh. This is a very interesting shiur. First, I want to say thank you to everyone for all the hard work throughout the campaign. And because of that, all that money that was raised, we're able to have things like this as shiur. So thank you very much. And Mr. Hashem should continue to have success. And with all that money should be used to the right things like learning Chassidus and applying Chassidus. This is a very interesting sikha because it's a letter that people had finished learning. There was like a chevra that would learn Mishnayos together. And these people that were finished learning Mishnayos, they finished Masechtas or the Masechtas Chagiga. Seder Moed, they were finishing the whole section, one of the 6 sections of Mishnayos. And in connection, when they're finishing, I guess they told the Rebbe we're finishing, and the Rebbe sent them a letter back. And this is the letter that the Rebbe sent back. In connection with this 6th parasha, of course, that's why we have it here. So it's a very interesting thing. And ultimately, we're going to answer this question. Are we, the question is, do we look at ourselves as essentially bad people that do some good things? Or are we essentially good people doing not good things? Meaning when we're honest with ourselves and we look deeply into ourselves, or the way we, not even where we want to, but the way we actually think about ourselves, do we think of ourselves as good people? Meaning, do I look at myself as a nefesh l'kis, I'm thankful to Hashem, and Hashem is Einu Milvado, and I have a portion of that? Or is that something foreign to me? Is what I am, my nefesh Bahamas, and that's all I connect with. And once in a while, I connect to my nefesh l'kis. Who am I, and how do I define myself? And this is what we're going to discuss in the next 3 days. Okay, Pashas Tetzaveh. Siyum Mishnayos Seder Moed, in the end of the Mishnayos for Seder Moed. So this Rebbe is giving a letter back, writing a letter to these people that they're finishing. So the Rebbe is discussing what they've been learning and how to apply it. And as we've learned a million times already, and I'm happy that we get to see this so much. So hopefully it starts to get ingrained within us that everything we learn in Torah, is a lesson, and we can take anything we learn in Torah and try to figure out what does it mean for me. So say the Moed and Chagiga here. What's the end? It says Kol Hakelim Shahayu B'Mikdash Olim Tivila. Any kale, any vessel is in the base of Mikdash need to be tabled. Chutz, except for 2 things: Mizbeach Hazav, Mizbeach Hanocheshas. Except for the golden Mizbeach and the copper Mizbeach. Einon to Mekalbim Tuma, that doesn't receive Tuma. Mipnei, because Shehein Kekarka. Divrei Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer says the reason why you don't have to table it is because it's considered like ground. Just like the ground, you don't need a table. So to these vessels don't need to be tabled. The Chacham say, the Chacham say you don't need a table because they're just coated, and therefore because it's just being coated with gold or with copper, so it doesn't need to be tabled. So that's what the Mishnah says. Pirish Apashud Bezehu. What does this simply mean? Simple idea is that both of these mizbeches, the golden one and the copper one, don't receive tumah. Mazi Rabbi Eliezer shatam lekachu mishum shatera medame isam afar. According to Rabbi Eliezer, the reason is because the Torah considers it like dirt. The afar ain't mekabel tumah, just like dirt doesn't receive tumah, so therefore this also doesn't receive tumah. Whereas the Chacham say she'ein mekabel tumah mishum shehayu rak mitzufim bilvad bezav v'necheshas. It was only coated. Therefore, whatever it's coated is secondary, nullified to what's the main thing, the thing that's coating. The hatoich ein mekabel tumah, and the inside doesn't receive tumah, so therefore it doesn't need to be tabled. And these are the 2 opinions. So now, as everyone's going to jump straight into it, as we always talk about, we have to learn this in a way that it's that there's a lesson for us. Meaning, not that we learn Torah just to find lessons, but the reality of Torah is the blueprint for life. So therefore, being that it's the blueprint of life, it has something to teach us. The holy Torah that was given from Hashem, Shehu Ein Sof, which is Ein Sof, infinite, never-ending. Af he b'v'chinas Ein Sof, and so too it is Ein Sof. It comes from Ein Sof, and it is Ein Sof. V'hi takfa v'kayemes b'isa utzma b'chol hamakemes b'chol zmanim. It still is here in the same exact way as it is in all times and all places. Meaning the Torah is not a different Torah than when we got by Har Sinai. It's exactly the same Torah and the same lessons of the Torah, and everything. The Torah is eternal, the Torah is forever. It's the same Torah. Exactly the way it was through Hashem giving to Moshe Rabbeinu and Har Sinai. Kach takva, he gam, but so to its strength is the same even in nowadays. That we are in the time of darkness of Golus, that it's dark. It means that it's hard to see Lakus. Revelation of Hashem is not as easy as it is always, but that Torah is exactly the same. In every place on the earth. The Torah is not more in one place than the other, more in Yisrael. The Torah is everywhere, and the Torah is accessible to all of us, and we can connect with it, and then take it and learn with it, and learn from it. Torah he Ein Sof gam bekach shekol inyan ba yesh boy Ein Sof pirushim hanechlakim la'arba sugim pshat remez rosh inside. And the Torah is Ein Sof in the sense that there's Ein Sof amount of explanations and pirushim. There's infinite amount of ways to understand the Torah. And in general, they divide into four general categories, which is pshat, simple meaning, the remez, the hinted, what it's hinting to, the drush, which is what it's expanded, which you can, meaning learning something else out from this idea. And then you have the side, the Kabbalah of it. And that's in general, that's how there's the four levels of Torah. But like we said, it's infinite. There's infinite amount of pirushim. Haremez, Umayse Haskel, Shnus and Mishnah Zu, B'Seif, Seder Moyed, Kaira B'Chayenu Yom Yomim. So now, what is it hinting to? Like we said, there's four levels of Torah. As the pshat, we learned the pshat of this end of Sim Shnayas Seder Moyed, which is that it doesn't need to be tevel in the mikveh because it does not makabel tuma. Whether it's according to Rabbi Eliezer, because it's ka'afa, it's like dirt, or whether it's according to Chachamim, that's because it's only tzibur, it's only coated. That's the pshat. What is the remez? What is it hinting to? What is it teaching us on a deeper level? In relation to our day-to-day life. Kol echad b'mamadei ulefi matzavei, everyone according to his level and his situation, his and her situation. Hu b'chinas mikdash, we are a mikdash shebay sheir hashchina. We all are a miniature base of mikdash, and we have the shchina, Hashem's presence. Like it says, you should dwell within them. Why does it say in the pasuk, I should dwell mikdash, make me a mikdash, should dwell within them? Why them? It's one mikdash. It's because it means within every single one of us. Just like in the base of Mikdash, there's different types of vessels. So to each person, we have different things within us. You have the seichel, our intellect, regesh, our feelings, our emotions. We have how we think about things, how we interpret things, and how we feel about things. And these things, these way we think, the way we feel, can have like side, it can be pull us in different directions. Shel chulin, of things that aren't kedusha, of just regular mundane things. The machshava built to kedusha, things that are not of holy in nature, that we don't think of things that you can have, meaning you have your seichel and you can think about Torah. Think about what you learned, or you think about having obviously soul, but then you have the seichel, think about other things. What are we going to eat? What am I going to do on the weekend? just going to play, things like this. And it can be chas v'shalom that we think about things not just, or we have these different pulls, things that are pulling us into different directions, and not just, not in kedusha, but even in things that are awesome. Think about doing averis, unfortunately. Now, what we're discussing here is not really always so straightforward. It's all like, oh, let me think of an aver to do. It's much deeper than that. That we naturally are pulling ourselves to do things that are very bad for us. Let me eat this thing that it's not good for me. It's not gonna help me have a good day. I want to do it. Let me stay up late instead of going to bed. My mom said I should go to bed. I got to go to bed, but I want to stay up late. And the Yetzer Hara is pulling me to say, go stay up late. So we have different things that are pulling us, that are pulling us in different directions. Dava hakashu ba'aver chas v'shalom, something that's connected with an avera. Kuleimar heipuch ratzon Hashem yisbarach, which is opposite of the will of Hashem. Heipuch Torah mitzvos, opposite of Torah mitzvos. So we have things that are pulling us in these directions, that are pulling us away from Torah mitzvos. Or in other words, kasher nitzma echad miklei adam, one of the vessels, like we said with the miniature Beis Hamikdash, one of the vessels of our Beis Hamikdash becomes tamei. Seichel machshava, whether it's our thoughts or our intellect or something else. Yesh limtzai drachim ketzad l'tarei sheyashav liyois kli shel mikdash. We have to figure out a way how to make it pure for the Beis Hamikdash. We dirty the Beis Hamikdash. We have bad thoughts. We think negatively, or we do negatively. Something that we do that's wrong. So we have to clean ourselves up from this. We have to fix it. Sharei mikdash hakadosh baruch hu kol adam Yisrael. We are all a Beis Hamikdash. The Beis Hamikdash has to be clean, and we have to be clean. So we have to refix the Beis Hamikdash. Ish v'isha, both men and women. Tarech liyesta, we have to be pure. So what happens? So what we're saying is, what happens when we do something wrong? We're doing the wrong things. Not if, but unfortunately when we're doing the wrong things. It could be we scream at our kids. It could be we don't go to bed and went to. It could be we're eating the wrong things. And different affairs. We don't have to get into the details of all the affairs. But what happens when we do these things? We have to work on fixing it. But the question is, like we asked in the beginning, this is the reality that we live. But how do we look at ourselves? And this is what the Rebbe's teach us here. Let's see. Adam in lashim v'anim. There's something interesting here, that we are generally divided into two types. There's rich and there's poor. As ashir, mesarim kamei shehakol etzlei zav. By the rich person, it's like someone having everything, all the gold. As ha'ani kamei shematba'esav necheshes. And the poor person, it's like his coins are of copper. It's cheap. It's poor. It doesn't have as much. You have rich, zav, and poor, necheshes. Like these two mizbeches. Every single person, no one is excluded from this. Yiyu and Yanav Virgushesav Hapnimim or whether inside or outside is good or bad, it doesn't matter. Lo'elam Kayemes Etzloi B'Shleimus Nekudas Hayadus. They're pintleid. We always have in a complete way our Yiddishkeit, which is called in this language a pintleid, the Nefesh Elikis. Haratzin, and that Nefesh Elikis has the Ratzin Lekayim Es Ratzin HaKadosh Baruch Hu, has the will of Hashem. Kefi Shekrei Kedusha Mari Chami Admar, as the Frierdiker Rebbe explains, this letter was said in the year of his passing. Haya Eimer Yehudi Eina Reitzev Eina Yachel Yos Menutak Malakus. He doesn't want, is not able to uproot themselves, separate ourselves from godliness. And this is the Mizbeach, which is about bringing the carbon to Hashem. So what we're saying here, and this is such a beautiful, powerful part, that even though we can do the wrong thing, we are essentially good. Meaning, what does it mean? Good. It doesn't mean we're good people. We could be not good people doing not good things. But it's saying that we have a essential good, essential goodness, essential connection. That we want to be connected to Hashem. We want to do the right thing. We want to be good people. Could be concealed, hidden over. We do our various, we do all these things that could be not good, that pull us away. But essentially, what are we? We're good. We have a pintel yid that is b'shleimus, is complete. Just like you're not going to say God is not good, God is bad things about him. Chas v'shalom. We have godliness within us, and that godliness within us is the same thing. And so that's also good. That's perfect. And even more, that even though we could be doing the wrong things, we essentially want to do the right thing. We just cover it over. And our job is to uncover that. And this is what we're going to discuss tomorrow. We're essentially good people. We're good. We just trying to need to uncover it. Like the question is, do you get, this is a famous part. Do you get a child to do a mitzvah in order to love them? Or because you love them, you get them to do a mitzvah? If you say, in order to love you, you have to do a mitzvah, you're saying, you're not good. You're only good if you did the mitzvah. Whereas if you say, I want you to do the mitzvah because I love you, you're saying you're essentially good. You're good. So come help do the mitzvah. That's what we're saying here. When we go mitzvahim, and you ask someone to light Shabbos candles or put on tefillin, whatever it is, essentially, if you think about it, where you're coming from, you're not saying, hey, be good. You're saying you have enough to kiss, reveal it. We're not mechadish, we're not making something new. We're not saying, hey, be someone that you're not. We're saying be the true you. And this is what we're saying here, that even though we could make mistakes and we could have the dirty the kalim in our mizbeach, but we always have a mizbeach hazav, mizbeach necheshes, and that never needs to be tabled because it's always good. It's always good. And this is a frame we should have with ourselves. We should speak to our friends about it and really internalize this message. That realize, and when we analyze ourselves, this is really the right. We can read this and it sounds good. And the Mitzvah Hashem we should bring about it, and everyone should bring about it with themselves and their friends and really internalize this message. But unfortunately, if we ask ourselves, when we sit down and have an honest conversation and honest bringing ourselves, how do we see ourselves? And this is something we got to work on. Because when we see ourselves this way, like the way the Sikh is saying, and it's good, then life, then we take off this weight off from our shoulders that we have. But if we're always constantly trying to say to ourselves, hey, let me try to be good, you're always walking, it's like a ball and chain attached to you, that it's dragging you down. And it's all making everything so hard. Whereas when you realize, hey, I'm essentially good, I have enough to kiss, perfect. Then you don't have that ball and chain and you can run freely and easily. Mitzvah Hashem for all of us, we should be continued tomorrow. Everyone should have a great day and tap into that nefesh kiss.